this is one of the coolest things that I've ever made. I mean, look at it. It's just so cool. There's just so much going on. So I'm very pleased about this hat. And I wanted to document it beyond just photos because it took so long and it's so whimsical and fun, and also I don't want to forget how I made it because like I'm probably going to. I'm already forgetful. So once senility sets in. So anyway, I thought I'd kind of go through it piece by piece and explain how it was made. So I didn't actually make the base of the hat. This is what the base of the hats look like. I just ordered them. I might try and make some one day. They're kind of a knitted, sort of woven texture, but they do have wire in the rim, which means you can kind of angle it, which is very fun. So I still have one left. So this is what the hat looks like normally. Okay. And then this is what the hat looks like after. Oh my god, I didn't know I'm supposed to go through this. So the band is a piece of felt that I cut and then added a little bit of sewn texture to, and then shaded with some dry paint and some pencil so that it kind of looked a bit worn and a little ragged. And then I attached this wooden button on these cross sections here. This is not a functional button. This is a decorative button, but it's a little wood. I think it kind of matches like the look. Next, let's do the mushrooms. The mushrooms were painted onto white felt, and then I went along the edge coloring them black because I wasn't really quite sure what I was doing with them yet. So it's kind of hard to paint on felt. You really need to like fully saturate the felt in order to paint on top of it and not have it get stringy and weird. But I use an acrylic gouache, so it's kind of like a watercolor, kind of like an acrylic. It means that it does retain a little flexibility. It's not going to crack and crumble, which is good. Like you can still, you know, you can still kind of tell that it's got like fabric underneath, which is nice. So I did a Fly Agaric and a Chanterelle. I'm really very happy with this. I think it's really, really pretty. I kind of wish I'd taken a better photo of it and like turned it into a sticker or something. Too late now though, I'll tell you that. So I've got another Chanterelle here, and those are all the mushrooms, except for the turkey tail. So these are turkey tail mushrooms. They don't sit as flat as I would like them. I honestly kind of want to like iron them down, but these were as well painted onto felt. And then these are much stiffer because I had to make them opaque. So I painted the underside and the top side and added this little texture. Okay, now for the leaves. This technique, I feel brilliant. I feel so smart. So I'll show you a close-up of the branch of the leaf. You can kind of see it here. So the first step for the leaves was dyeing the felt. I didn't really want to use green. I also didn't really want it to be as opaque as the mushrooms because they look, I don't want to say they look cartoonish, but they definitely look very opaque. And I wanted the leaves to be like multicolored and really flexible and stuff. So I wanted to tint the felt as opposed to dyeing it. So I did that. I used white squares of felt and then used the acrylic gouache as a kind of wash and just sort of sponged it on. Got lovely different colors. This does take like 3 days to dry, so it's kind of a long commitment, but I really like them. Then I cut out 2 leaf shapes that matched, and then on one side of the leaf I started sewing a little leaf pattern, and I do that before I attach them so that they're not like stuck together. Then I attached the other leaf at the back, sewed up the sides, left a hole at the bottom. Okay, so to make the branches of the leaves, this was like the coolest thing. So I took this pipe cleaner, and as you can see, very, very green. Not what I wanted. So I Sharpied the pipe cleaner with a dark green, and I knew I wanted to see a little bit poking out. So you can kind of see here, you see a little bit of that green. And if it was this color green, it's too green. So I Sharpied it and then took this lovely ball of twine I found at the thrift store and just wrapped it really, really tightly around the pipe cleaner. And then that made this lovely, like, kind of wooden but also kind of green, you know, texture for the branches themselves. And I reinforced the string with hot glue every now and then just so that it was like for sure gonna stick. Okay, and then that also meant that when I sewed the pipe cleaner in, you can actually like adjust the leaves as you wish, so it is even more customizable, which I love. Okay, next we have the flowers. So I saw a tutorial for felt flowers on TikTok, I think. This may be how the whole thing began. I saw a felt flower tutorial on TikTok and I thought it was so cool. So I made some and then wanted to put them somewhere. So you just cut a bunch of shapes from felt and kind of glue them together. Little black-eyed Susans and this one enormous poppy. I don't really want to take these off, but they are attached with pins, so you can take them off and move them about. And also there's this one little leaf that's just chilling. A lot of this stuff is like tacked down, like the branches and stuff, but you can still alter them as you wish. There are also a few cute little turkey tail mushrooms on the rim, which I love. But the final best part of the whole hat is this little guy. Little snail. I love this snail. I'm so happy with this snail. He is a little heavy, so he does kind of tip over, but if you put him closer to the rim, closer to the center of the hat, he does kind of, you know, stay up a little bit more. I just made this with Sculpey and added a little texture, and I think I added some shiny varnish to the snail body so that it looked a little slimy. That's the hat. Little snail. I feel like a little spooky witch. And that's it. So you make a witch hat. And then you have to put it all together, which is really stressful.
Born in the bog, the tree fell, I stirred on the log. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Made by the mound, the house fell, I spat round and round, round, round. Welcome, welcome. Stayed in the stream, the green fell, I swam.
So now it's time to pack everything up. And happy October. Hope you are spooky today. Now that we're on a quieter street, I want to show my outfit.
Now I see why I was invited.
How's this?
Very cute. Yeah.
Look at my giant scrunchie.
Very autumn.